Welcome back, folks. Patch 1.5.1 is just around the corner with the buffs to the high tier medium tanks that nobody plays. So let's play with the STB, one battle before the patch and one battle after the patch with the buff. So I have this vehicle for a long time, but I seldom play it. I haven't played it for likely 2 years now, pretty much, but I kept it. So let's see how good it was or how bad it was. It has a lot of DPM, but it suffers from the moving your gun and it becomes inaccurate syndrome, as with the Grill 15. So it is somewhat okay with the accuracy, but if you move the gun, if you move the turret or move the hull, the gun becomes super high in terms of bloom, and therefore you're super inaccurate. So I mean, it could hit a target if you don't move the gun, but that's kind of impossible for a medium tank that needs to shift around and move the hull and readjust and stuff. So let's see. Also, with the new matchmaking, it's mostly tier 10s with tier 9s, no more tier 8s. So you will never see tier 8s whatsoever. Alright, let's see how good we do with my old Doge STB. But there are light tanks, 3 of them, and a bat chat, and object 260, and 1 artillery. Alright. So we have a Kranwagen, we have a projectile, 1, 2, 3, 3 light tanks as well, and 1 artillery. Alright. But I had the STB for a long time. I think it was my 4th tier 10, but I never played it. So I don't know, I like the Cheery for some reason. I played through it. I like the STA-1 for some reason. I kept that, but I sold my Type 61 because it doesn't have ammo. That's the main reason. Thank you, Grill 15, but I actually hit the target, surprisingly, with auto aim. Right. There are 2 other light tanks other than the EBR, so we have to be slightly cautious. How the hell did I even hit that target? Now, if the Grill 15 gets spotted, I get splash damaged, so let's not stay around. And Grill 15 doesn't have camo, obviously. Now, I am using the extra camo consumable from the Frontline rewards. So Frontline will give you 3 different bonds related, what they're called, distinguishables, consumables, whatever the fuck. But one is the camo, one is the adjust target thing, and one is the firefighter thing. So I highly recommend you using the camo one. It's very good. Also, one's good is the 6th Sense one, but that one's only available for merit, so it depends on where you get that. I just spammed this place. There we go. Alright, we have the bat chat spotted. So I'll move up. My ammo rack! Oh no! Oh, my Z is not working! 1 second! There you go. Alright, so there's a... What the hell are you guys going? You guys bolted? We have artillery support, don't worry. This turret is strong enough against this gun. We have artillery support, so...
And this tank has a lot of DPM. 3,500. So I'm not afraid of a few sparring trades. Guys, come on. Man the fuck up. It's 2 guys versus like 4. Go, Projecto, you're full health. There we go. Man the fuck up! It's 2 guys versus 4. Jesus. So, I still like the STB in a sense. I still feel like they just buff the dispersion and that would be great. That would be it. You don't need the fancy hydro-pneumatic suspension thingamajig. You don't need all the other crap. Just buff the stuff. Also, it has a lot of view range, but they nerfed it. So they make it more into a Russian-ish of a tank. Alright, you go spot. I'll go down. But you can bounce with the turret. As long as you're hauled down. It's a gimmicky haul down turret, but since they're buffing it, alright. It still has a cupola, and that's a very huge cupola. It's not as crazy huge as the Type 61, for instance, but hey, slight buff is slight buff. So as you can see, the bloom of the circle is huge. Firing gold shell? Wow, you're too kind. You bounced. Get his tracks, constantly detrack him. Detrack him for more spotting damage. Ah, oh, damn it! Come on. There's a grill. Oh, I need to finish this personal mission. Can kill 4. I was too pussy, too passive on the stuff. There's artillery. Let's try to get artillery with the high explosive. Actually, let's just do the normal stuff. Oh, come on with the accuracy! It's not the time to do shit! Ah, fuck! Now is the time for shitty accuracy. What the? Oh, come on! Once I'm cursed, I'm always cursed with garbage accuracy. Oh no, my personal mission. Oh fuck. So yeah, if you turn the turret a lot, if you move the gun a lot or move the hull a lot, it becomes super inaccurate, and somehow you get cursed. It hits tracks or like bounce off of artillery. Shit. Yay, merits. So yeah, this is great. This is amazing. Getting 6 cents for the directives. That's what it's called. Stupid. It's a consumable for bonds. But if you're getting this, that's actually amazing for vehicles without 6 cents. Highly recommend you using those. But you will get a lot of camo bonus from the frontline thing. So use this, as well as the focus on target, which is pretty decent. I mean, you have like 300 plus of those per episode of frontlines, so use it. Use firefighting for whatever. I mean, it gives you like firefighting skill is good for preventive maintenance thing, I think. I don't know, but I might as well use it. You cannot sell these. Save those for like when you're working on personal missions, like artillery and stuff, maybe. But it's alright. The STB is alright, but it still fits into aggressive mid-range attack medium tank. But it doesn't have the hull armor, and the turret armor is situational. So let's move on to the test server to see how good the new 6 degrees of gun depression before the hydro-pneumatic suspension kicks in, which gives you like 12. But a lot of people complain that's not that good enough. So we'll see. But they boosted the stuttering Sahm. They boosted the what the hell is that thing called? Dispersion of the gun when turning the turret, as well as moving the hull by like 50 or 100%. So that's amazing. So let's move on to the test server, and we'll see how good this thing is. Alright, now we're on the common test server for patch 1.5.1.
to see the changes for the STB-1. So they basically buffed the DPM, but they nerfed the firepower in terms of alpha. So basically it becomes a rapid firing 105 compared to the large alpha, slower firing 105 on the Swedish vehicles like the UDES 1516. So you get same penetration, but it's an AP shell, so it becomes better in terms of penetrating armor because of the normalization of 5 degrees compared to 2 degrees on APCR shells, but it flies slower, like 400 meters slower, so leading your shot is more difficult, and shooting cars like the EBR becomes more difficult. So they nerfed the accuracy by 0.02, but they buffed the dispersion while traversing the turret or the hull dramatically. So even though it looks somewhat more inaccurate, it becomes actually accurate while moving the gun. So I think it's a beneficial change because dispersion is a huge problem on this vehicle, similar to the Grill 15, and they buffed the aim time a little bit. It has 12 degrees of gun depression now, but you have to wait for the hydro-pneumatic suspension to kick in. Its baseline is 6 degrees of gun depression, so it's kind of iffy, but you have to wait for it to kick in. So snapshot is a little bit rough while cresting a hill unless you're fully slowed down and stuff. Alright, so firepower is still pretty decent, and it has high DPM, like real high DPM, 3700 almost. They buffed the turret armor at the front as well as the cheeks of the turret. It has a little bit more health, but it still has a cupola weak spot, so the only way to hide this cupola weak spot is fully gun depress and crest with the hill, obviously. It has slower top speed, I think, by 5 kilometers per hour, but better reverse speed by 5 kilometers per hour. And hull traverse is very fast. Turret traverse is also pretty fast. Horsepower per ton ratio is the same, so yeah, okay. Concealment is not the best, so make sure you use something like the natural cover thingamajig, so that thing helps a lot. Holy crap. And view range got nerfed by 10 meters, so originally it was 410, now it's 400. Still decent, but it's average now. So let's see how good we do with the new hydro-pneumatic suspension thing, but I played a few rounds. It takes a while for you to kick in or adjust to the waiting of turning on the hydro-pneumatic suspension, so snapshotting right off the bat is not as smooth, so you might get hit while waiting on the hydro-pneumatic suspension to kick in, or miss your target, miss your window of opportunity to shoot at targets, yada yada, but we'll see. So this map, airfield, we have lots of hills and 1 artillery, a few, like 3 light tanks, or scouting light tank, 1 Batchat, Kranwagen, AMX 50Bs, and Badger, and 4 005s. Alright. But I don't know about the nerf to the top speed. That's one of the iffy ones. I don't know if we can make it to the hill, so we'll see. It has a Panzer Kampfwagen Mark 7, which is basically the VK7201K with the 128, not the 150. Let's see. The nerf to the top speed is somewhat showing a little bit. Like everybody goes for the hill. Everybody goes for the hill. So we'll go for this thing. But there's artillery in play. I do wish we have 1 tank to shore with us to prevent me from getting fucked by people swarming there. Alright. So wait for the stuff to kick in. Yeah, chat. So pull back a little bit because artillery. Duh. Your leopard's not going. Alright. Fucking 430 U's. Destroyed. What are you doing? Sheridan? Suicide bum rush. So, wow. AP shell is better in terms of penetrating power.
as you saw on the side armor of the VK or the Panzerkampf wagon. But why is there Kraftwagen here also? What the fudge? Am I going to test the turret armor this soon? Alright, we have nobody else over here, so I'm a little bit hesitant to, holy shit, to go against the Kraftwagen because I have no support. I have to wait over here. Preferable. Nice. Oh shit, boys! It does have a lot of DPM, so we have to wait for it to kick in. Oh, TVP usable Z. Ah, I can ram you. Oh, I'm being... Nice shot! Oh, my tits are so hard! So wait for the stuff to kick in. Ah, stupid cars and your stupid wheels! Shit! Oh, my tits are so hard! My nipples so erect! Let's do this shit! I'm going to die right off the bat. Alright, goddamn. TVP T50-51 is ballsy. Like real ballsy. There's still a Panzerkampf wagon camping the freaking hill and sniping like a pro. So oh shit. Okay, there's the 50B! Fuck me! In the ass! There's their artillery, we spotted that. Alright, he shot one. Two. Go shell. Back. Alright, let's see how. So yeah, the turret traverse really helps, but AP shell does not help a lot against shooting cars. So you have to hitting cars is kind of rough, but oh, actually I hit the car, so major shot. Alright, number one against a VK. I think this turret is good enough against the 125. But the turret is ridiculous! No, everybody died. Ooh, shit! What the hell is that personal mission? I don't even know. But gun depression is good. You have to wait for it to kick in. But if you get swarmed, like what I got from the EBRs and the Kraftwagen, you have to wait a little bit for it to kick in. So it gets pretty intense when that comes. But it's real fucking intense. Holy shit. The STB got nuked right in front of me. So I don't know how I feel about this, because with the UDES you have a large alpha to compensate for the time it takes to get the gun depressed while shooting. So once you reach the UDS 15-16, this thing has a large alpha gun. It's 120? I thought it was 105. My bad. But their gun takes a while to reload. It has the DPM, but it still takes a while. So it takes about 9 seconds or 10 seconds. And in that time, they could readjust their suspension and readjust their position to allow them to get a better shot. Whereas you have a faster rate of fire with 105 on the STB. So you don't have that big of a window to adjust your vehicle and wait for the pneumatic suspension to kick in. Also, the side armor is not that great, and the side gun depression is also not that great. So it's only 6 on the sides, so it's not urgently the 10 degrees of gun depression on the side armor and on the side traverse. So therefore, if you get flanked by the EBRs, you cannot really hit them if you're on a hill and they're below you. So that's one of the problems, but it has become a sort of an aggressive medium tank than the Leopard 1. The Leopard 1 is now specialized as a sniper, whereas this vehicle is pseudo aggressive, kind of a Patton-ish of a tank, but the hull armor is not as strong as a Patton. So basically it has the DPM over the Patton, but it has a weaker hull and a gimmick with the tracks. So the only thing I really like about this change, or the changes for the STB, is the dispersion while movement of the turret or the hull. So that's a really big help. Even though they nerfed the accuracy, 0.34 is not that bad. It's average, but it definitely needs the buff from the dispersion thingy-majig. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Should you get this vehicle? Well, wait, let me see. That's a big question. Hold on. How much DPM does this thing? Did they buff it? What's the baseline? Like, originally they planned a 2300 DPM base with the STA-1. So let me compare at the comparison. Configure, no crew, no equipment, top configuration, no equipment. Wow! That's pretty good! 2300 DPM with the STA-1. So accuracy 0.36. It's okay, it's average-ish, but once you have the crew and stuff, it's what the frick? 0.36. Okay, never mind. But still, that's a lot of DPM for a vehicle that's previously somewhat mediocre. So I mean, this still doesn't have the gun depression. Yeah, the gun depression. Oh, it still has the gun depression. It still doesn't have the turret armor for the gun depression. And gun elevation is still garbage. But it has a lot of DPM now, and health has been buffed. It's somewhat closer to a heavy tank's health now. The actual heavy tank health is about 1500 or 1550. So view range is 405. Default view range 390, not that bad. So yeah, STA gets a DPM buff. Same goes with the Type 61, I think. How much ammo does the Type 61 carry? That's also a big problem. Preview, comparison, top configuration, shells. How many shells on this thing? How many shells? Tell me how many shells! Shit! Configure. Alright. They don't tell me how many shells. Oh fuck it, I'll just buy a tank and see how many shells. Jesus Christ. I'll just buy a tank and see how many shells there are. But original problem with the Type 61 is you don't have that much shells for the 105. So that's the only reason I sold it. You only get like 30 rounds with 105. With the STB you get like 40 rounds. So dramatically helps with the 105 in terms of spamming your shots. But STB has 40 rounds. 50 rounds, never mind. This thing has like 30. 32. So they did not buff the shell capacity for the Type 61, but okay, sure. So that's one of the big problems with this thing, but without a good crew, even without a rammer, it's 2700 DPM. So with a rammer, with vents, yeah, it's slowly becoming like super high DPM, but without the armor at the lower tiers. For the STB, it gets some armor, so it's like somewhat of a AMX 30B-ish of a line. Interesting. So I still think it's okay, but it's not as versatile as the UDES because you can move from the Leo to the Mill, whereas you have to suffer your way through the Chiri and other stuff. So there you go, folks. The changes to the STB. Hopefully this guide or this video gives you a guide
on what to do with the new vehicle or the new hydropneumatic suspension on the STB in a sense. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.